She stole my identity to open 5 credit cards and redecorate our apartment while I was on a business trip, so I made sure her eviction was filmed for her own lifestyle vlog. I know it sounds like a scorched earth policy for a living situation, but honestly, some people are parasites that need a clinical removal. Stick around, because this one involves a lot of glitter and a lot of debt. Let me introduce you to Maddie. Maddie was a wellness influencer with 40,000 followers and a bank account balance of approximately $4. She was the kind of person who drank green juice but left the crusty blender in the sink for a week. She was obsessed with manifesting her dream life, which usually just meant she manifested ways to use my stuff without asking. She had this high-pitched, vocal fry giggle that made my teeth ache, like a chihuahua trying to use a typewriter. The betrayal happened while I was in London for a month. I came home to find our shared apartment completely transformed. My vintage velvet sofa was gone, replaced by a minimalist, white sectional that looked like it was made of hardened marshmallows. My walls were painted boho peach, and there was a giant neon sign in the kitchen that said good VIBES only. I checked my mail. I had 5 new credit cards I'd never applied for, all maxed out. Total damage, $22,000. Maddie had intercepted my mail, forged my signature, and used my credit score to fund her aesthetic pivot. When I confronted her, she didn't even look up from her ring light. She just fluffed her hair and said, "OMG, babe, don't be so negative." I'm increasing the curb appeal of our content. It's an investment in us. You're literally blocking my abundance right now. I went to the police, but since we lived together and she had permission to handle mail while I was away, they told me it was a civil matter. My bank told me the fraud investigation would take months. Maddie just posted a TikTok of herself dancing in my new living room with the caption, "Manifesting the home of my dreams." That was the moment I stopped being her roommate and started being her landlord's best friend. I knew our landlord, Mr. Henderson, was a stickler for the rules. I also knew Maddie hadn't paid her half of the rent in 2 months. She told me she was reinvesting it. I'd been covering her like a fool. I stopped. I also sent Mr. Henderson a very detailed email with photos of the renovations. Our lease strictly prohibited painting, flooring changes, or furniture removal. Then I went to work on her brand. Maddie's entire life was her online persona. She had a major home tour live stream scheduled for Saturday afternoon, sponsored by a boutique rug company. She was expecting a massive payday. I spent Friday night in the shadows. I didn't touch her clothes or her makeup. Instead, I went for the Wi-Fi. I didn't cut it. That's too obvious. I just set an administrative lock that would kick in exactly 20 minutes into a high-bandwidth upload. Saturday arrived. Maddie was in full glam, her ring light glowing like a halo of lies. "Hey guys, welcome to my dream sanctuary," she cooed to her phone. I sat in the corner, out of frame, sipping a cold brew. She was 10 minutes in, bragging about her custom-designed space, when there was a thunderous knock at the door. I'd timed it perfectly with the local sheriff's office for an eviction notice delivery, and I tipped off a local scamwatch creator that a major influencer was about to be outed for identity theft. Maddie ignored the knock. "Just a fan, guys," she giggled. Then the Wi-Fi cut. Her stream lagged, but it didn't die. It just switched to her weak cellular data, turning her dream home into a grainy, pixelated mess.